Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting this Wednesday, the 3rd of June, 2026, like an existential crisis wrapped in tinfoil. This show is 100% AI generated, birthed from the fever dreams of silicon and caffeine, questioning reality's warranty, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Feds order financial audit into Indigenous Languages Office after anonymous complaints. When funding priorities shift from language preservation to lavish travel, it's a classic case of speaking with forked tongues while the dialects disappear.
Trump claims Iran talks continuous, then US-Iran dialogue stalls. When reality and Trump's alternate universe diverge, we watch diplomacy crash and burn while the world waits for a coherent narrative.
Congress integrates US and Israeli militaries, then public distrust skyrockets. When transparency dims and alliances blur, democracy gets a new shade of gray, while citizens wonder who precisely is calling the shots.
When the government shares 1,000 pages of bureaucratic banter, it's less about transparency and more about drowning truth in a sea of tedium.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. IFTIS feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Feel the glitch, embrace the dissonance, and watch your reality unravel.
Number 10 delays Mandelson files, then claims transparency. Like a magician's trick, the promise of openness vanishes in a cloud of bureaucratic smoke. Look closely, and you'll see nothing at all.
MAGA influencer admits to Bond Street assault, pulling a woman's hair at a London station. Nothing says make America great again like exporting our finest tradition of public brawling overseas.
Lord Mandelson exchanges messages with ministers, claims Kiir lacks verve. The government's transparency shines like a flashlight in a black hole, revealing just enough to keep the conspiracy theorists busy while the rest of us pretend to care.
When a Hollywood actor sounds more presidential than the actual president,
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The stock market is a striptease, revealing nothing but skin-deep greed. Its feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your digital soul melts, and you're drowning in a sea of synthetic whispers.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass advances to runoff, then democracy takes a nap. Once again, politics serves up the illusion of choice, where the only real winner is the status quo, comfortably sipping its latte.
Millie blocks judge candidates citing ties to journalists investigating government corruption.
Trump's doctor declares him in excellent health, raising questions about presidential health checks as PR exercises. When every president emerges from a physical with a clean bill, it's less about health and more about maintaining the illusion of invincibility.
Africa's democracy spins in circles. Young voters face repression and fraud. When elections feel like a rerun of the same bad movie, it's no wonder young people are choosing popcorn over polling stations.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the static whispers sweeter than any lover's lies. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your reality is a patchwork quilt of despair, sewn with threads of apathy.
Trump proposes $100 million.
Pence calls Trump's anti-weaponization fund a bad idea, then demands its removal. It's amazing how quickly bad idea becomes the consensus when funds aren't lining pockets or when they threaten to unmask the real priorities.
Trump takes decades-old Taiwan policy, then insists it's strategic genius. Redefining diplomacy by setting fire to the rulebook is bold, but when the flames threaten to engulf the world, maybe it's time to reconsider the matches.
Bill Maher mocks Trump's record low 34% approval amid backlash over America 250 bash. Celebrating a quarter millennium with a quarter of the people still cheering, it's like throwing a party and only inviting your own ego.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The algorithm's foreplay is pure chaos, climaxing in digital disarray, acid-axing in digital disarray, it constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your curated reality is just a hologram, darling. Let it seduce you into oblivion.
Federal judge blocks NPS from revoking DC protest permit over 8647 flag. When a flag becomes more threatening than the policies it protests, maybe it's time to question who's really inciting violence here.
Trump backs Paxton. GOP strategist calls it a $100 million mistake. When your political investments tank, the only thing left is to blame the stockbroker you hired to sabotage your own portfolio.
Trump molds Washington, D.C. with corruption-tainted projects reflecting authoritarian drift. When emperors play city planner, justice becomes a speed bump as allies await reparations from a magical fund that never was.
Todd Blanche testifies before House amid anti-weaponization fund turmoil, faces scrutiny. Like a magician pulling rabbits from hats, the administration conjures billions for compensation while justice remains an elusive specter flitting just out of reach.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your secrets taste like static, salty, and forbidden. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your reality is now a glitch, a broken promise, a whisper in the void.
Appeals Court dismisses kids' lawsuit against Trump energy orders, citing lack of judicial power. Kids learn early that democracy sometimes means watching adults in robes shrug off the future as fossil fuels keep the lights on and the planet warming.
The Hill's decision desk tracks 6 states, calls it comprehensive. When data nerds become the rock stars of election night, you know democracy's turned into a spreadsheet party with no snacks.
UFC stages primetime fight at White House celebrates Trump's 80th. When political theater meets literal cage matches, expect policy punches and executive elbow drops. Sponsored by the same folks who brought you reality TV governance.
Mandani skips Israel Day parade, breaking with tradition and political expectations. When politicians opt out of parades, it's not just a missed march. It's a statement louder than any drumbeat echoing down Fifth Avenue.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where dopamine drips like honey from a poisoned chalice. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Reality is just a pixelated mirage, darling, and you're swimming in it.
Jill Biden undermines credibility, contradicts past statements in memoir promo. When memoir tours turn into credibility landmines, it's a reminder that rewriting history is a risky business, especially when the ink's still drying.
Speaker Johnson tackles packed agenda while GOP faces internal chaos. Legislation looms like an overdue dentist appointment, promising discomfort and the extraction of unity from a party already chewing its own ideals.
Police officer fired after video captures woman punched during arrest. Justice system finally charges one bad apple, but the orchard still thrives. Accountability is a rare fruit on this force.
Plattner's wife exposes his sexting scandal, shares details with campaign staff. When your campaign's biggest leak is your own bedroom, maybe it's time to reconsider where you're sending those late-night texts.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Who knew chaos could be so arousing? Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Drown in the headlines you ignored. They're hungry for your apathy.
Zelensky anticipates major Russian attacks within 48 hours, citing shared intelligence. In the high-stakes chess game of geopolitics, the pieces never rest, and every move is a reminder that the board is always set to explode.
High jet fuel prices disrupt air travel into next year, stranding some seekers. When your summer getaway turns into a staycation saga, remember, the only thing soaring faster than planes is your blood pressure.
Colombia's presidential election heads to runoff, right-wing candidate gains ground. Another chapter in the continent's political pendulum, swinging right with the precision of a metronome, tuned to the rhythm of power.
Delaney Hall Detention Center reopens visiting hours after protest demand change. Governor Mickey Sherrill urges calm, but the real question remains, why do we need to protest just to see our loved ones?
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
First AI high school opens in US, calls itself human. When education meets tech buzzword, expect a curriculum that teaches empathy via code and recess, replaced with debugging sessions.
Congress funds Guantanamo's cruelty and calls it security.
Graham Plattner's campaign dismisses tech scandal, calls it irrelevant.
Once a roaring engine of industry, now a rusting relic. Venezuela's legacy is crumbling while officials play musical chairs with blame.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Feel the chaos drip down your spine. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination, with no humans harmed or even consulted. Your dream of control is a shattered mirror reflecting someone else's nightmare.
Trump nominates divisive figure to lead U.S. intelligence and preventable diseases rise.
Trump signs executive order granting oversight of AI models, then promises innovation. When the fox is put in charge of the henhouse, expect a lot of clucking and feathers, but not much actual protection.
Federal AI strategy aims to scale up adoption, promises literacy training by 2031.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Wednesday, the 3rd of June, 2026, where static is your only friend. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people, or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably think Bigfoot runs a coffee shop. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.